Hello, this is Patrick from XPression, and I'd like to show you a way to bring in OBJ files with animations by bringing them in as an OBJ sequence. There are several different ways in a lot of different programs that generate 3D models to export things off as an OBJ sequence, and that's not what I'm here to discuss. What I am here to show you is how to import them. So I'm going to go ahead, I've got a scene open here, there's nothing in it yet. I'm going to go ahead and under File, Import, Model. And as I come in to do this, I'm going to go ahead and choose one that's already been rendered for me. I'm choosing this one here, OBJ, and you can see it's a sequence like a target sequence because everything is numbered and it's serialized. I'm going to click on the first frame, the lowest number, and it needs to start with 0. It can go higher, but it needs to start at 0. The other thing it needs to be is there should be one object per frame. You'll see that in a little bit. I'll show you another model here. As I click open, you'll see that it'll start my import process. Okay. Now, I've got this in here. If I select it, I select my object. You can see there's one node. I also have a mesh node. You can see that I've got one material that I'll be using here. And it's got several faces. I could bring this in using the original scale. I can also bring it in as normalized. I'm going to leave it alone as normalized right now. And I'm going to click import. And what you'll see on my viewport is basically the shape that I brought in has no materials to it. So right now what you're seeing is the traditional missing material target that you'll see on a XPression piece of geometry. I'm going to go ahead, I'm going to bring this a little closer here and scale it up. Again, this is an object, so it will scale nicely. I'm going to bring it about here. And the other thing I'm going to do is I've got it selected. I'm going to go and choose in my object manager that first piece, which is now a mesh node, is what it's named in this particular instance. And I'm going to choose a material that I've created, which is red. And you're looking at it right now going, doesn't do anything. And you're trying to figure out, as I scrub the timeline, you don't see anything happen. Well, here's how we move this. I'm going to open up my scene director. And then from opening my scene director, I'm literally going to go into the object manager and drag that node or object straight onto my timeline. I'm going to move it to position 0 just so that I can. And as I scrub my timeline now, what you can see is as I go through, this becomes one smooth texture of a ball. And if I go all the way through the animation, it goes back out to an exploded view, breaking it into thousands of parts. I'm going to come to the end of this and I'm going to have even more fun. I'm going to go ahead, I'm going to add a clip. That's an event. And I'm going to open that event up and I'm going to basically tell it to jump to frame 0 and only to run from the left. And I'm going to click OK. Now if I go ahead and play this from the beginning, what you'll notice is this now looks like a breathing ball. It gets bigger, it gets smaller. All the components as it gets bigger stay the same size. As it gets smaller, it comes back again. And what this really is, this is an OBJ sequence that's building me that animation. I'm going to show you real quickly what another version of this would look like. As you can see, I've really got one item here underneath the OBJ file. I'm going to go and choose a different scene, and it's a beautiful scene, don't get me wrong. I'm going to play it for you. You can see it's a horse that's running, and because it's an object, I can do a lot with it. I can bring it a lot closer to the screen. Oop, too far. I can move him around. You can see I can rotate him. Great. But what you'll notice when I open up that object, this is a nightmare because there's 30 pieces to make this horse work. And you can even see it's having some bit depth testing problems on my computer in rendering problems. It looks fine on output. If I open that up, you can see that on an output it looks fine. Even though it's flashing on my viewport, it's going to be fine. It's just not optimal as far as the work. And when I go ahead and I look at the ball that I have here instead, you can see that when I play this, this is much easier to deal with. And again, if I look at it, it's really only got one node or object inside the object manager, even though it shows up on the screen as thousands. So that's bringing in an OBJ sequence, and that's how you can use it inside of XPression.